okay, we're starting these interviews again on YouTube, and I thought, why not interview the guy that's doing the interviews? So here we go. Uh, Welcome, Keeper, to our show here today. I'm glad to be here. Hopefully we can have a good time doing these videos. We're going to jump right into the first question. How'd you get started in airsoft? I know this is going to be a big one for you. How I got started in airsoft. Well, I played paintball for years, and back in 2007, or early 2008, I got introduced to my current squad CO, and I had stopped playing paintball years before, but he said, "Oh yeah, I got some. I play airsoft," and he showed me some of the stuff that he's got, and I started talking to another individual, and I got hooked, and I started buying stuff, and I bought stuff for years. I had a really good job, so I was paying top dollar for stuff, and I had a good time. The first time I went out, I was hooked forever. So, since early 2008, I've been playing airsoft, so that's how I got started. Right now, I know you have a lot of replicas off and on through the last couple of years. You've been getting rid of some. What is your primary replicas that you're using right now? Winter, summer-wise. Well, the stuff that I'm using now is more sniper-related. I have a Elite Force SR2 Scout sniper rifle, and my DEM-50 sniper rifle is what I'm using, but I also just picked up a Jag Arms shotgun, which I'm using as well. It'll be used this Saturday, as a matter of fact. During the summer, though, I'm mainly open plays and using my pistol AAP-01 or my Galaxy. I do use the sniper rifles from time to time, and depending on the event, I might even bring out my .30 caliber, but it depends on the event, op, or whatever we're doing. How did you get into the role you do now for airsoft? I know you are the secretary-treasurer of your team, the Patriots of Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area, northeastern Pennsylvania. But how did you get to that point? Well, the thing of it is, when I started out with Chip on the Patriots, we were just going to local fields around the area. But in early 2009, I said to the guys, you know, I got 6.4 acres in back of the house here. Why don't I start setting up a field? And it's been history. I like just built buildings. We have a compound area, have a wood area, structures out in the woods. It's a lot of fun. It's not a really big area, and you put about maybe 30 people on there. You've got quite a bit of people on there in the compound. But for the whole field, it could probably hold 40. And it's a lot of fun. Right now, it's a private field, invite only, but I think I'm moving to gradually just running that and not doing a lot of airsoft, because I do have a lot of injuries. My heel, my right knee, my right shoulder, my back, you know. So I'm probably going to be slowing down and not getting a little, you know, more into airsoft. But I might do more of a logistics type role in our squad, because I have a lot of fun doing that. This next question is, how do you feel about, what do you think about playing in the snow, in the cold right now? That's a big thing, because I know you have issues with your knee and your shoulder and your heel. Not a big fan of the cold. Not a big fan of the snow and ice, because I'm not that sure-footed to start with, and you put snow and ice underneath me, and that's not good. The cold affects my knee, affects my shoulder, affects my heel, affects me overall. I'm basically a summertime player. Early spring when it's warm, late fall when it's still warm. I will go out in winter if I have enough on my core. If it gets above 40, not a problem. But some of these days where it's like 10 degrees or single digits, no, that's not for me. I just don't want to go out of there. I always said I had a rule of thumb: I don't go outside to do anything unless the temperature is 2/3 my age. So it would have to be at least 42 for me to go out there and do anything with. Favorite field and why? Now I know we could say, you could say, your own field right here, but this would be something somewhere else. Past or present, too. Okay, favorite field, yeah, that could be mine, but past, Saints Field. And that was a field in Dorrance that we played at. A lot of games. We had an event there. It was a lot of fun. But my fondest memories are from a field in Stroudsburg called TFD, Task Force Devil. And it was incredible. Used to have these 20 versus 20 games that he would have, and they were incredible. It was perfectly matched for 40 people on the team, or 40 people on the field. I think one time he did do 25 versus 25, and that was about the max you wanted to have on that field. It was a small field, but it was perfectly laid out for a force-on-force type thing. He did move to other fields later on, but I'm like, that original field was the one. And those are like the two past ones. Current field, though, is EMR by far. I just absolutely love that field. It's basically flat, and you don't have to go too far to get to the field. Now, I like OXL, and I like Zulu, and all these other things, but they're kind of spread out up hills and like a long walk to get to just one field. So it's a little bit of a negative for me. Now, one other past field that I really enjoyed was Cookies Chaos, CNC, out of New Jersey. Excellent field, a lot of space, really a lot of woods. We had some fantastic events there, but it's actually closed. The three fields I mentioned, TFD, Saints, and CNC, are closed, which is sad, but those are my favorite fields that I've been on in the last couple of years out there. This question also is a segue into the next one. What's the max distance you would travel going to an airsoft event and or open play in the area? Now, that's changed. I used to go 2.5 hours all the time. But, that's kind of tough on a Sunday. You drive 3 hours, play 6, 7, 8 hours during the day, and then drive 3 hours back. That would be a little tough. But now that I'm retired, that's not too bad. I think I could go 3.5, 4 hours if I had a definite, place to go. Now, there is a couple of fields that I have been invited to down south, which are 2.5 to 3.5 to 4 hours away, and there's actually one out in Ohio that I've been invited to, and I might have a place to stay out there as well with the guy that invited me. So, depends on the field, depends on the location. Most of the time I'm looking at going to some new fields just to see how they are, and I think 2.5 hours, 3 hours is not unacceptable for me. Now, if I'm hauling a bunch of people with me, maybe that would be a bit of a pain for them. But if I'm going myself, I don't care. 2.5, 3 hours is fine. This next question is going to be, what turns you off when you go to a field that you wouldn't go back to it again? Oh, that's easy. Refs. If you have lackadaisical refs, or refs that don't seem to care, or refs that are not on top of things, not necessarily refs, I would say staff. That also includes the owner. If the owner and the staff aren't on top of things and are just letting anything happen, yeah, that's going to turn me off right away. Player base can change. So saying the player base, that doesn't necessarily hold true, because you could go 1 week and have a bunch of idiots there, and then go the next week and have a great time. So it's, based on the staff. Because if the staff is on top of stuff, they're not letting the people overshoot. They're not letting the people get away with like not calling their hits. They're not letting any bullshit happen or playing favorites and things like that. So it has to be staff. If the staff is not on par, the field's not up for me. And this leads into one of these, and I know you've been doing the stories, videos, and you've got them up quite a ways, but one that sticks right out, like from years past or one current. Funniest story. Well, I've told this one before about my 30 caliber and things like that, but I think the funniest story I had was the start with my 30 caliber, and I've told this to E-Rock on Trifecta and a couple other people. We're at this game, and I got a 30 caliber, and maybe you could put that up on the screen while I'm talking. And it's an M14 gearbox, a 510 millimeter barrel, 5,000 round drum mag on it. It's based off the T3 gun that Arnold Schwarzenegger used when he was carrying the casket and shooting. John Connor was in the casket. The thing with that is M14 gearboxes don't shoot that fast. I think it was like 12 rounds per second with a 7.4. And when I'm shooting it, it's got really good range. So I was using like 2.5s with it. But this particular event, this was before I started only using 2.5s for it. I was using 2.0s for it, and I wanted to get a good spread. And the one guy says, oh yeah, I mix BBs in with mine, different weight BBs to get them to fly all over the place. Well, I was using 2s, so I thought, oh, I'll mix in 1.2s. So I had blue and yellow and green and red and clear ones and like clear red, clear green, clear blue, white ones, you name it, I had .12s. It, like, there was a big color, like when you poured them in the box, because like I would dump some 2.0s in, dump 1.2s in, some 2.0s, 1.2, and then I mixed the box all up, so you could tell it was diversely colored. And I remember it was intimidating to see me with this, and I was at a bunker with another guy, and I remember this team coming over the hill called the Rebels. And they were coming at me, and I stood up and started firing. And the sun is beaming behind me, and I'm firing at these guys, and they all just drop to the ground. I mean, like in unison, they whooped to the ground as I laced around over the top of them. And I'm shooting, and I stopped, got down, then they finally shot back at me. But every time I would go up and start shooting, everybody would just drop. That was the best thing that I've ever seen in my life. I know the one gentleman come up to me after, and I guess the BBs in the sun with all the different colored BBs coming around this guy, he come up to me and his comment was, I got shot by a fucking rainbow. That made my day. So that would have to be my funniest story that I got. There's a lot more that I got, but that's the funniest one we're going to leave for this video. And the last one, I want to know, how long do you think you'll keep playing Airsoft? You'll keep doing this? Doing the videos, doing the playing on the team, running the field, a whole bunch of things. Knock yourself out. Well, probably be doing the videos as long as I can, because I get videos from my sniper buddy Rebel. I'll be taking care of the field as much as I can, so that people can enjoy it, because I get some enjoyment out of that too. Working on some airsoft guns for people, maintaining our company our team websites and social media. I think I'll be doing it for a long time, until I can't physically get out there. And even then, I think I'll be hobbling around out there with a cane. I can foresee myself doing that for another 10 years. I'm not running around now with the guys, and in 10 years I probably won't be running around even worse. but I hope that I'm around that long to be able to keep doing some of this stuff. Hope that answers it. I'd like to thank Keeper for being on today. You're welcome. I like being on today. And I hope you have a good day. And for everybody out there, go outside, play some airsoft, and have a wonderful day. Take care, guys.
Oh, that's not right. No.